share with us the ups and downs to reach this point?
Yeah, there are so many ups and downs actually, guys, because like always remember that there will never be a shortcut to success. And for example, for me, maybe I've been telling you before, yeah, when I want to achieve, when I want to enter the university, the Gajah Mada University, like everyone knows that the medical faculty of UGM is like one of the hardest faculty that we ever entered there in Indonesia. And I realized also that there are so many intelligent, smart people out there, and I think that I need to do something different, and I need to work harder because, of course, like everybody wants to enter that very prestigious faculty. And you know, guys, like before, I become the leader of OSIS back then in my senior high school when I entered the first grade. So after I entered my senior high school, right after that, I'm elected to become ketua OSIS. And back then, I didn't have any time or enough time to study really well, to focus on my study. That I needed to catch up in the 2 years later after I quit my positions as a ketua OSIS. And after that, I asked my parents to say that, can you please find me some mentors that can help me to learn, for especially in the field or the object that I think that I'm really weak, for example, math and physics. And then my parents give me the name of the teachers, and I think you guys know about the teachers, right? Pak Slamet there, and maybe that Pak Slamet itu, he has a very tight and busy schedules, and she offered me to have a course with him privately in 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, I tell this story a lot to my brother and sisters, and also when I invited them as speakers, and I just want to have an emphasis that to be a success, like everybody put their really best effort, because no shortcut to success, and the price of success is very high. And what differs people to be successful people or ordinary people, that successful persons that really knows what they want to do in their life, and they catch after it. Really, they give their 100% effort to achieve whatever they want in their life, and that's exactly what I did when I entered senior high school. Can you imagine? I wake up at 3 a.m. and then I take course 2 hours, and 6 a.m. in the morning I have to go to my school at senior high school one movement from Congo, and after that at 2, go back again, I take another course again, and it's been like 1 year full I take this course. Like, but something that I always learn is when you want to achieve a very great position in life, you need to learn when everybody's leaving. You need to work hard when everybody maybe that still don't know how to, pave their way to their dreams. And you need to big dreams. You need to big dreams because like when you don't have big dreams, you never know what you want to do with your life.
Okay, that's amazing, I think. So, what are your dreams and objectives in life? Because everyone has both of them, right?
My dreams and my dreams lives, and maybe because like my parents is always raise their kids with very strong principles. That my parents always taught me, my father always told me that we are not only created in this world just to exist, but we are created in this world because we need to give an impact to our society, to our environment, to our friends, and then so because that I always want to carry that legacy, my really big dreams that through my works, through my job, through my everything that I do in my life, I want to give an impact, positive impact to my society, and especially my hometown. build my hometown to become a better place. Through my job as an entrepreneur, through my job as a politician, I really want to bring that positive impact. As we know that no government has become like the poorest regency in central Java. So there must be a lot of things that we can do to fix that, and that's my goals, right?
So you want to be a useful person for the others, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about your top 3 goals in life?
Well, actually, with my jobs as entrepreneurs, of course, I really want to expand my company bigger and bigger again. Maybe I really want that someday that my company can be the nationwide or maybe the nationwide company. And a lot of things I need to do to make it into reality. And like my job as a politician at upcoming years, guys, I'm going to face my first elections as the House Representative of the Central Java, and I really need to concentrate my focus on that. And of course, I hope that through my job as an entrepreneur or through my job as a politician, I can bring the positive impact, especially for my Villa Hometown movement.
And both of them will be balanced, right?
Yeah, I hope it will be balanced and I can do good with
Yeah.
those two subjects.
Of course. So, do you have any goals that you haven't achieved yet?
Of course, so many. I think like all of us have dreams that we haven't achieved, especially that as I mentioned that some of my dreams that I haven't achieved yet. But yeah, of course, I'm kind of person that really believe to achieve our impossible dreams. I'm a very big dreamer. And of course, yeah, for example, like through politics, I really want to pave my way, not only just to become the House Representative of the Central Java, I really want to, or aspire to become the House Representative of in the Indonesian republics, Republic of Indonesia. And of course, I also have a dream also to going back to my hometowns and to build my hometown become a better place. And someday, of course, I also really want to hopefully someday become a leader of women.
Okay, so when we have a dream, right, we all want to make it become a reality, but there comes a huge problem. In most of the cases, we find ourselves stuck in a situation where we think that it's not possible for ourselves to achieve our dreams, or maybe the people behind us talking too much that, oh, you cannot do that. And have you experienced it?
Of course, you know that there are so many people here that may be always happy to see if we fail. Rather to see ourselves to be a successful persons. Banyak orang tuh lebih suka ngeliat kita tuh gagal dengan kita tuh berhasil. And that's the truth actually. Like no matter what you do guys, no matter what you do, there must be someone that's really unhappy with your achievement. And I think it's very normal. And I think what I can do, maybe give some little advice. Maybe, too many people are not living their dreams because they are living their fears. So I think it's really important for having confidence in yourself, to stay true to who you are as a person, and to know what you want to do in your life, and to have the goals. Like so many people, for example, in senior high school, they still don't know. They haven't figured out what they want to do in their life exactly. What they want to do, what they want to achieve. Not just because they're asking about their friends what they want to do and then copy about their goals, but to find the originality and authenticity about themselves is very, very important. And I think to gain courage, to gain strength, you have to not be afraid to take a risk, and you need to really, to know that a fear is not stopping you to achieving your dreams is very, very important. And just be brave and just be you and do you, and the rest doesn't matter for me.
Okay, so in achieving our dreams, we have to be a risk taker, right?
Yeah, risk takers. You have to be a risk taker, and there is no like shortcut to success. I always like told you like this because that what is really really important is because that we need to we need to take next level in our life, step by step by step by step. We cannot fly. We're human. We cannot fly to our goals. So what's the most important is we need to have the courage, to have confidence in ourselves. And I read a book. It's called Grit. It's called Grit. In the books and through the papers, it's mentioned that successful persons is not always the smartest person in the rooms. It's not the person who have the highest grade in the math and the physics or the first rank of their class. But like one of the most successful persons is somebody who always have patience and perseverance to everything that they do in their lives. So this quotes or these informations, the students must have to take an emphasis that you need to love what you do. Because working hard for something that you don't love is called stress. But working hard for something you love is called patience. So find your patience and it's very easier to do for life into the love of your dreams.
And also maybe be persistent, yeah?
Yeah, be persistent and be perseverance is very important.
Okay, so you have actually mentioned that you took, you decided as a medical student because of your family environment, right?
Yeah.
But is there any other reason you finally decided to take,
Medical.
yes, medical?
Because for me, a doctor as a profession is very noble, not because of the perspective of the article or the environment, but I see that a doctor is a job that we can really help people through our knowledge, for example, to prolong life, to cure the illness. And I think that's really fulfill my principle of life, of having operations that can give impact to our society. And of course, actually, no matter what professions you are, you can give an impact. But for me personally, back then, I learned or I figured out that doctors is one of the professions that really close to my heart that I think to really fulfill my principles to give an impact to my society. So that's my two reasons why I want to become doctors. And the second one, I love to learn with human. I love to learn about biologists. I love to learn about human anatomy. I really fall in love with medical fields and how I learn about it. So it gives me an extra strength and extra boost of confidence that maybe that if I learn this, I can really excel to become a doctor in the future.
Okay, so yeah, when I was kid, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
But then everything changed, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm here right now.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I failed to achieve my problem. To achieve my dreams. Does it mean that I failed or not?
Guys, there is so many definitions about success. There is so many definitions about success, and maybe that your definitions about success when you're in the primary school, or maybe in elementary school, or maybe in senior high school, will be very, very different from what we define success in our adult life, right? So I think that you need to question about yourself. What do you want to do in your life now? Not in the past, but now. What do you want to do in your life now? And what do you want to achieve? And I think one of the things that I learned through my life and through my experiences in these days, guys, do not be things that if you find one patients and you think that is your patients and you just go after it and we over specialize on your patient. Because we never know what the futures hold. For example, you or me, yeah, we never know. Because it's very crucial these days to have multiple skills and multiple interests. Because I think that today's in the world that really we are Reza, we are enters the era, it's called VUCA, with that volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, and change. We need to always like evolve ourselves. And I think that we are patients about you know maybe that in the early age that you want to be a doctor and know that you are becoming teachers. It's not a failure. There is, I believe that I don't believe in failures, but maybe that we redirected our path. Maybe God redirected our path. For example, that me, graduated from a doctor, and not working a doctor anymore. I don't consider myself as a failure person, but because I believe that just that God really redirected me toward the path that He believed that maybe I can be more excellent, can be more give positive impact to our society, and I believe about those principles.
Okay. That's awesome. And then, would you mind kindly sharing about your experience as a college student for us?
Well, so many people think that life to becoming a medical faculty student is very hard. But for me, it's harder when I learned to become a senior high school student, actually. I really enjoyed my life, like, to become a medical student because I think that that's what I dreamed since I was a kid. Yeah, so I'm living my dreams, so I'm pretty happy for that. But I think one of the most difference between study or learns in the senior high school or comparing to the university is that you are pushed to learn by yourself. There won't be a teachers that ask you this, you have to study this, to study that. No. You have a self-motivational to learn. Because like for example, for me, it's called like problem-solved learning. That is a system that really emphasizes on how we can raise our critical thinking, our analyzing skills, and maybe it's kind of difference, yeah. When you're in senior high school, when we just like follow our teachers maybe, and then memorizing things or skills. But when we enter university, we are pushed to raise our critical thinking and analyzing skills. No more multiple equations choices. For me, we have some, but it's really emphasizing on how we can explain things. So it really needs a very strong literacy skills to learn, not just to memorize, but to learn to understand. It's very, very important.
Okay. So I read an article that studied Minister of Manpower, Mrs. Ida Fauzia, revealed that 12% of unemployment rates in Indonesia are dominated by undergraduate and diploma graduates. So, my question is, in your opinion, is continuing education still the main or still the major thing that people have to do in this current era?
Of course, I believe that guys, please remember that education is the key of success. A good education is the key of success, no matter what your purposes are in the future. And good education is very good investment that can change your life. I've seen so many people, especially my friends, coming up maybe for unprivileged family. They really strong will for achieving the higher educations. They got accepted in the top university, and they can change not only from their individual life, but also their family life. And nowadays, that my friends, coming from unprivileged families, now they're in Pakistan, now they're working and currently on pajak, bea cukai, some of my friends coming from unprivileged family in senior high school now working in the overseas, working for international company. They can do that not just because of their working hard, of course, but because they can taste about the good and also real life of the people who can also the taste or can study of the master and doctoral programs too. And of course, I'm really push for the young people and young generations to pursue their educations as high as possible, to be the agent of change, to become the change of their family, because you can taste a good education and you can change about your life and your family's life. And one thing also I want to emphasize, comparing to other countries, for example in Southeast Asia, Indonesia has the lowest number of the entrepreneurs. We only have a 4%. Comparing to the Korea or Vietnam, they have a 7% of the population we are an entrepreneur. Yeah. So one of the reasons why women also become the poorest regions in Central Java, do you know why? Is because the young generations, after they completed their school, they tend to go to outside of the regions, for example, to Karawang, to Jakarta, to Bandung, to have a job over there. So now the populations that still live in women, there are only two populations: the aging populations and non-productivity, and also the guys and girls who still have a school after they stay at high school. So I really want the young generations to have mindset, to change their mindset for seeking a job, shift into they can open the job for becoming entrepreneur. So it's very, very important because other than that, no, days by days, humans are not competing by other humans, but also competing by AI, artificial intelligence, job, robots, and maybe in the 5 or 10 years, there's so many jobs that will be erased in this earth because they still, they find that maybe hire the AI or robots much more efficient comparing the higher humans. And I think it's time to young generations to really sharpen and strengthen their entrepreneurial souls in themselves, that they can create more jobs and employ so many people to bring that person in the future.
So don't be afraid of pursuing your study, right?
Yes, exactly, 100%.
Because everyone has the right to continue their study. Okay, Dr. Reza, maybe we can, this is the turn for the audiences.
Yeah.
For the audiences, now I open a question and answer session. Please raise your hand and say your name, okay? Okay, one. Okay, you. Okay.
Okay, hello, Dr. Reza. My name is Anastasia and I'm from Thailand. I want to ask something to you. In your opinion, if someone has interest and talent, in situation he has economic trouble, which is more important to grow? Thank you.
Is there any other questions that maybe that I can answer directly?
Hello, Dr. Reza. I'm Keisha, but I'm not in my class communication. So, just there. So, can you spill your learning technique, like how you learn about mathematics, not in college, but in senior high school? Because my second dream job is to become a doctor.
A doctor, okay, great. Is there any other questions? Okay. So answer directly 3 questions.
My name is Muhammad Sahadi. My question is,
What's your name? I cannot hear you.
Dharma Akbar Sahadi.
Dharma.
Dharma Akbar Sahadi.
Dharma Akbar.
Dharma Akbar Sahadi. How do I keep my consistency for achieving my dreams? Can I get one more question?
Okay.
Are sacrifice something example friend time and play time are worth it to achieving some dreams?
I cannot hear. The design. Can you repeat your questions, please?
Question number 2.
Yeah.
Are sacrifice something example friend time and play time are worth it for achieving some dreams?
Can you? Sorry. Equation is
Number
R. Equation is. Sorry, I cannot hear.
Are sacrifice something example friend, time, free time, are worth for achieving my dreams.
Okay.
Uh,
Sacrifices, times, and friends are worth it to achieving our dreams. That's the question. Okay.
one more.
Okay. Or maybe that three, and then I will open another question and answer question here, so I can like. That's okay. The first question is, if someone has a talent, but they are facing with economic difficulty, so what will I do? Or what will I do? What should they do for talents or economic problems, something like that?
Someone has interest and talent, but situation economic.
Economic problems. Okay, I get the corrections. Okay.
Which is more important to grow?
Okay, guys, I think we are very blessed, and we are very grateful for living in this era where we can learn everything with a lot of resources. Yeah, I think there are so many people often think that there may be economic problems really hinder or really stop them from strengthening their talents, or for maybe that sharpening their talents in some way because they think that they don't have any opportunities for taking course or something like that. But I think one thing that I want to emphasize with that nowadays that we can learn from every sources. Yeah. For example, maybe that most of you doesn't believe it. Yeah. My dad. Yeah. Maybe that 6 months ago, we want to open a new company that really focus on land farming, peternakan farming. Yeah. And of course that we have, I'm very grateful that we have a lot of funds maybe for asking somebody or asking someone to teach us about how we can like raise a land from the baby and that we can sell it, yeah. But you know what my fathers do? They searching everything on Google and he watch YouTube every day just to know how to raise a lamb since it was a baby until they can sell it. And then here it opens because that we have a smart TV, so we can exactly know about what my dad's always searching every day, every morning. And every morning that my kids always searching that. Peternakan kami, gimana caranya menumbuhkan kambing, bagaimana caranya makanan kami, and everything. Like they explore everything about plants. And he just like keep searching information through YouTube, yeah, through Googles, and then he also like searches about the mentor that is really successful for having a land farming, and then he excels and know that he can raise 1,000 land, yeah, in our farm, in our without any special course that what we can learn, that's how many money that we can spend here. We comparing that we drive in our grams, it takes more data, it takes more data, and I think we can learn from it. So there is so many ways for you that can sharpen your talents. Yeah, so many ways that you can sharpen your talents. And you can like say that I don't have things, I don't have money and everything because so many successful persons never find an excuse for achieving their dreams. They only focus about what they want to do. So do not find an excuse and just keep moving forward. Stay to your goals and keep and find another source for you that can learn how to excel or strengthen your talents. Okay. The second question is you want to be doctor. So you must do for me or have some things to learn inside your high school and university. I'm the type of person when I learn, I always take notes. For example, if I always have a piece of paper that I learn everything. I always take everything, and I always have a studio for everything I read. Not only just about medical things, but even I read a novel, or I read something that I always have a book or underlines about the words that I think is very important. For example, when I have a medical examinations, back then when I'm in university, I always just read about the things that I get involved by the study of. Jadi aku cuma baca di study doang. And it gives you some resilience. It gives you some extra memory to recall when it's needed. And I think when you want to become a doctor, you have to love to read. You have to love to read. Harus suka baca, wajib banget. Kenapa? Because you know that the medical books is much, lebih tebal dibandingkan Al-Quran, It's very, very thick, yeah? And you need to learn a whole book, for the 6 years. And it's never been easy to read a lot of things, but you need to learn, you need to love to read. It's very, very important. And you need to really cultivate about the literacy skills. For example, writing also, it's very, very important. And for me, for example, in one chapters, I learn about, for example, one materials. I always close the books, and I just like really telling myself like a story. Jadi aku kayak nyeritain diri sendiri tentang apa yang aku udah belajar. If I can really teach other people about the things or the materials that I learned, so I must be success. Because one of the signs that you can learn better, or you master about the materials that you learn, is you can teach it to other people in a simple way. So, for example, if you have learned something and you explain it in a belibet, so maybe that you still not master about the materials that you learn first. That's the simple things. And for me, it's very much more easier for you to learn maybe 1 hour or 2 hours a day, comparing that system kejar semalam. SKS, it won't work in everything. In senior high school, in university, it won't work. So for me, you need to really spare your time, maybe like 1 or 2 hours maximum in a day, just to learn comparing SKS. So I hope that it helps. And then the third question is like the sacrifices is worth it to sacrifice your time with friends through success. Of course, I said of course. Why? Because like I say a lot about this. Successful persons is a person who choose to work when everybody's sleeping. Is a person who choose to learn or to work when everybody maybe still playing about their lives. Is somebody who choose to maybe have the theory goals when everybody still don't know what to do for their lives in the future. Successful persons is a person who have always one step ahead from other people. So of course, no successful life can be achieved by a lot of doctors, a lot of playing with your life, playing your friends. Never be like that. So, for example, yeah, guys, if I say to you, who in this room wants to be a failure person? Is there any people here that want to be failure? No? So who else here wants to be success persons in the future? Okay, everybody like throwing, throwing up their hands. Everybody wants to be success. Another question is there any person here who know how to be success? See, that's the reality. None of the persons here want to be failures. Everyone wants to be success, but less people know how to be a successful person, and less people knows or have the courage to sacrifice everything to reach success. That's the rule of life. So what I want to emphasize is success is never be an easy way to go. You need to sacrifice your time. You need to sacrifice maybe your times for playing with your friends or everything. For example, me, and yesterday, I start my routine at 4 p.m. because I have pengajian Muhammadiyah di Semanggi at 4 p.m. and I just finished my job at 1 p.m. in the morning. In the weekend, so many people maybe like chooses that I really want to have free time, or I want to have a relaxed time. Maybe I want to have a healing, maybe walks or relaxing pressing. But I choose to work when everybody rests. I choose to still continue my job when everybody maybe like have a relaxed time with their family or with their friends. There must be always price to success, and a successful person still wants to pay that price. Yeah. And how to be consistent? And how to be consistent is to know your goals and your dreams. And then the second one is you need to love everything you do in your life. Because otherwise it's very hard to achieve success. Guys, if you do not love what you do, it's very hard for you to achieve goals or to achieve a success. Why? Because successful is not a shortcut journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. The persons who are successful is somebody who have consistent in their lives, in their dreams, in their ambitions. You need to have an ambition to achieve your dreams and your purpose in life. So, I think one of the advice that I can give you, you need to ask yourself, why do you want to be a successful person? For example, why do you want to be a doctor? Why do you want to be maybe an engineer? Why? You have to ask yourself. Maybe the answer is because I want to bring a better life to my family. I want to be the first person in my family to change our family's life. Or maybe it's because I want to have a big house in the future. You have to ask that to yourself. Once you know your goals, it gives you an extra confidence and extra stamina for you to always remember why you keep doing it, why you started. And you won't stop until you finish and you get what you want.
So there is no dream too big to achieve, or too small to fight for. As long as we try our best to achieve it, that's possible. Everything is possible. Right?
Yeah, and never afraid to fail. Because I think in these days that I want to really, push the young generations to try new things and maybe to fail in many different undertakings. But through the failures, and they can learn. They can learn through experience, and they once, do it twice. they want you to do it twice. And as long as you're still young, you need to really menghabisi jangan kegagalannya gitu. So once you're an adult and you're maybe the older age, there's only like opportunity success compared to the real.
Maybe the other questions?
Yeah.
Okay, the other question? Maybe? Raise your hand.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Dr. Reza. I'm Putri Parvesti and you can call me Cikui. Okay, as you said, we have to be dreamers. For example, we have a dream, but our parents did not support us to achieve our dreams. Because our parents have other ways. So, what should we do? We have to still in our way or follow what our parents want. Okay, thank you.
Well, I think in senior high school that my dad allowed me
Dirinya kemana?
let me with my decisions for entering medical school. And one of the things that finally that my dad convinced that I can be really responsible with my decisions is because I showed him my dedications, I showed him my hard work, I showed him my interest, and I showed him about the responsibility that I take if I really choose medicine as a doctor. It's very hard for you to convince a parent about your goals if you yourself are not also convinced enough about what you want to do in your life and about the decisions that you want to take in the future. Yeah. So first thing first, you need to know about is it the decisions that you want to take is right for you? And the second one, if you think it's right, then show it to your parents. Show it your hard work. Show it that you learn every night while others, your friends are maybe playing games or everything, but you choose to study hard to show that you really want about this job or you really want about this goal that maybe that your parents think in another way. So maybe that when you show it to your parents, when you show it enough, that your parents are convinced enough that led you to choose the decisions that you wanted to take, that make it even worse. Any other questions? Okay.
Good afternoon, Dr. Reza. My name is Rava Pramudia. I have a question. What should I do if I would like to be a pilot, but I'm chosen by someone who is a sailor? And I was like, I should be a pilot or a sailor? I confused which profession should I choose.
Okay. Well, first thing first, that you need to ask your reasons about it. And why do you want to be silent? Find the reasons about it. And think and decide in a reasonable way. Why? If the answer is you want to be a pilot because you think maybe the pilot professions can give you a bright future, then go after it. Or if the answer is you want to be a sailor because the sailor can give you a bright future and a better life, so go after it. But find and ask the mentors, or ask maybe the person that have a pilot profession, or ask the person who have a sailor profession, and compare it, and find the answers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody wants to ask a question, I think. Guys over there. Okay.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As I know, you are entrepreneur, right? And I can assume your success. Okay. But you also have some regrets, right? Yes. Some regrets, penyesalan.
Oh yes, regrets, yeah.
So I want to ask you, what's the most expensive price between to be success or to be regret? And tell me why. Why you choose the success?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
My question is, what's the most expensive price between to become success or to be regret? And tell me why.
What's the most expensive price? Okay,
Yeah.
to be the second. Well, I think I consider myself that I'm never looking back to the past. I always believe that every decision that I take, whether it's good or not, are leading me to where I am today. So I'm very, very grateful with all the bad experience or the good experience. Yeah, if the good experience, then I'm very happy. But you know, when I experience a very bad ones, I took it as a learning process for me to be where I am today. So I never regret everything that happened in my life actually. So if there is an answer that if you can change a thing in your life, what do you want to change? I would say I would change nothing. I would change nothing. For example, so many people say that, do you not feel regretted that you enter medical school instead of the business school? I said no, of course. Because that my learning process in the medical school gives me more holistic way approach when I come to refine the business of my problems actually. So I have no regrets at all. And the most expensive way that I have to pay to my success is time actually. It's my time. My time. I don't have really have a full time, especially with my family. Even you know that today actually my wedding anniversary with my wife today. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a year. It's been a year. My wife, she's studying in Johns Hopkins University in America. That we're separated. Yeah. We're separated. That is the price that you have to pay. You have to pay. I stay here with my jobs and then see study overseas in America in Johns Hopkins, and then it's the price that we have to pay to earn our success. And that's very expensive actually. It's very expensive. But we believe that through the sacrifices will give us a better futures. Maybe that really those situations will really empower us as a more powerful and good quality individuals. So we still continue to achieve our dreams.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions? Is there any other questions? Please give me another questions. Okay.
Hello, Reza. My name is Afra. You can call me Afra. And my question: how to divide your time so that all our events run well? Because some disease can make it divide for us to divide our time, especially this time.
How I manage my time.
Yes.
That's the questions. How I manage my time, right? It's very hard actually to manage the time. Yeah, it's really hard actually. When we know that 80% of my time is about work, it's very hard. Actually, I hired two personal assistants to really manage my time, and it's really hard, especially that working as an entrepreneur, as a politician. All the schedules is always very, very tight. Yeah. But I believe in make a priority. Make a priority is very, very important. So you need to always make the top of your schedules is something that's very, very important. You have to do what's important, not you have to do what you want. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. You need to really prioritize something that may need to be done, comparing. That's okay. You need to really prioritize on something that really important to be done comparing to what you wanted to do. It's very difference between kebutuhan sama keinginan itu sangat-sangat berbeda. You need to focus on your needs, the important ones. Then it really helps you. And then I always have a checklist to do in every morning. It's very, very important. So I wake up in the mornings. I have routines in the mornings after I have a salat subuh. I read books, maybe like 2 or 3 papers, yeah. And after I have a checklist about what I want to do in my life or in today's. So I have a checklist. So I will give it to my assistant to then generate. And before I sleep, I evaluate about the job that I will bring that day. So it really gives me to always have the improvement towards what I want to do better in the next days.
Okay, so you make your today's agenda, and you will checklist on what you have done. Yeah.
Because otherwise it's very, very hard to always keep everything on the tracks. Because like nowadays I have maybe 3 lives as a doctor, as an entrepreneur, as a politician, so I need a very strong agenda schedules today's videos to make sure that everything is on the right tracks.
So, as a busy person, have you ever confused about your schedule? Yeah.
Well, of course, yes, but because I really love about what I do, guys, every day. So I never take my work as a stressful life. No, I always think that my job is a holiday. I think it's because like I really love what I do in my life. Say become entrepreneurs and also politicians. I love what I do. So I'm always like do everything to 100% with a very heavy heart, and it's really helped me to always enjoy my day toward my job. But when I get bored, what I do, I first sleep. The second one is aku tuh suka banget pijat gitu ya. So I have massage, and the third one is watching movies.
What kind of movies?
Horror movies.
Oh, horror.
And adventurous ones, agency movies that all my assistants know about that. And I love to eat. So for me, I do it a single way to refresh my mind. I don't have to travel more. I don't have to go travel to other countries or have a feeling of no, I don't need to. For me, just a simple way to refresh our mind. For example, like spending time with the family, or for me, read the good books, or for me, I can go watching movies. It's really refresh my mind when I go to work.
And it helps. It helps you to recharge your energy.
Yes, and then through my busy days, it's very important for me that I have to be surrounded by Reza, positive people. Positive people. I'm very blessed and very grateful that I'm surrounded by many positive people that really help me or motivate me to do better. I'm very grateful that I have a very good team. I have a very good personal assistant. I have a very good family because, achieving your dreams is a very roller coaster slide. Maybe you're in the up and maybe you're in the down. And I have to make sure that when I'm in the bottoms of my life, I have so many people that really push me forward, that I keep pushing forward. I can always wake up every time I failed. And it's very, very important for having good people surround you.
So that's the key is you have to love everything what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's what I do.
Okay. Maybe another question? Another question? No?
Is it the leadership scam, right?
Yes.
Do you know what's the meaning of the leaderships? Is there anyone who wants to raise their hands to what's the meaning of the leaderships?
Yes, I have a question on leadership. So, leadership is, I think it's very hard, we have to control people. So, I want to ask, how to manage people is around us, below us. Because I ever become to school, and it's hard to control people around me because they don't want to hear me because yeah, I don't know what you.
Oh, how to control people around you. That's a great answer because I want to hear you. Well, do you know, guys, what's the definition of the leader? Someone who leads, of course. Do you know, I just give you some experience and my tips. I never consider myself in a company. I never consider myself as a boss. No, I never consider myself as a boss. I always consider myself who give guidance and give directions to my teams. A leader is somebody who can lead people not through their words, but through their actions. Their actions can inspire other people to follow them because they have clear visions what they want to achieve in their life. That's a true leader. So of course, you cannot make people follow you if you not have a strong, clear visions about what you want to achieve or what goals actually you want to achieve in the futures. So first thing first, to become a leader, first you need to lead yourself. You cannot lead people if you're still a lazy person. You cannot lead people if you don't know about what you want to do about the organizations. So it's very important for young people, young generations to know exactly about the goals that you want to achieve. For example, OSIS gitu ya. As a leader, ada yang mau OSIS yang di sini? Gak ada. Ketua OSISnya ada di sini. For example, in every organization that you follow or you entertain, you need to know about what objectives actually the organization's goals and how you can achieve that goals. Yeah, it's very, very important. And you know that true leaders do not inspire other people by their words, their actions. Actions will make other people want to follow you, not their words. So it's very important to be a leader, to have a set standards, to make sure that every decision they take, every character or every behavior can inspire other people to follow them through their visions. It's very important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so due to the time constraints, maybe you have some advices for us about achieving dreams.
Well, about achieving dreams, I really want to emphasize that too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living in our fears. And to be a courageous person, it doesn't mean that we don't have or we have absence of fear. But we know as a human that we have a fear, but we want to have to overcome our fear to achieving our dreams. And it's very important for the young generations to have confidence. Confidence is very cliche, you know. But confidence is one of the most important assets that a person must have. Without confidence, you will achieve nothing in your life. It's very important for the young generations to know what you want to do in their life, what you want to do in the future. You know, senior high school's lives is like, it's a time for the young generations to explore and to figure out what they want to do in their life. And you need to find it as soon as possible. Do not ever fear for having bigger dreams. Do not ever, think that your dreams are too big because other people say about it. You are the product of opinion of yourself, not opinion of other people. So you need to learn to stand strong no matter the storms, worlds around you, and you need to believe in yourself. Be a person of authentic. Be an authentic person. Need what's the uniqueness, what is strength, what's your strength, and sharpen. And I think that I always want you, as young generations, to be the leaders that can really inspire other people to do better, that can really inspire other people through your actions. And I really also want that young generations to be decisive. For me, I define myself as a very decisive person. If I say yes, it's a yes, it's a no, it's a no. Not something in the between. It's very, very important for having characters about that, because otherwise people will be really, really confused about what they want to follow. in the world like this, we are living in the, industrial revolutionary, do not be over-specialized. It's very crucial for the young generations to have multiple interests and skill sets, and to try new things, and possibly fail on many different undertakings, but that will give you perspective in life. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now we expand to the following agenda, that was singing. So you have to love everything what you do in order to achieve your success, because there is no shortcut to achieve it, right? And then I will say that if your dream comes true, that's good, because that's your will. Yeah. And if your dream doesn't come true, that's also pretty good, because that's your God's will, right? Yeah. So, thank you, Reza, for spending your time to be here. And that's a very interesting and inspirational sharing session. We can get some inspirational quotes from you, from your experience. So thank you very much. Yeah. So I will close this today's talk show by saying Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much. See you in another chance. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Untuk Abah Heri dipersilakan untuk memberikan kenang-kenangan kepada Bapak Reza. Langkah.
Siapa? Mas Reza 1, 2, 3 lagi. Siap 1, 2, 3.
Oke, setelah ini kegiatannya kita makan bersama ya. Ya. Setelah ini yang kelompok-kelompok peserta tolong duduk berdasarkan kelompoknya. Oke, ya boleh sekarang. Silakan. Ayo. Foto dulu. Jangan yang keluar dulu. Jangan